Here we have our 16-pound brisket. It's a prime brisket. I went ahead and separated the fat. Also trimmed it down. I'm gonna go ahead and be grinding the meat you see there to the right. Be grinding it here at my parents' family owned and operated business, Denny's Meat Market, here located in Northeast El Paso. Okay, so you guys can get a guesstimation. We have about a little over 1.5 pounds of meat that we trimmed off the brisket. We're gonna go ahead and grind it once. The purpose of that is to have a juicier burger once it's assembled for burgers. So we're gonna begin grinding the meat we trimmed off of this brisket. So this is what we have. This is what came out of the trimmings of the brisket. I'm gonna go ahead and save that for hamburger patties that I'll be doing in another video. I'm thinking I'm gonna make them vortex burgers. So right here I'm gonna be binding the brisket with Worcestershire sauce. I'm gonna incorporate the Texas True Blend salt and pepper, and as well as the Bushmaster barbecue, which is a local supply barbecue store. The rub was given to me by Gabe Guerrero from Willie's Brew and Q, also known as Chuco Shop Barbecue. Shout out to Bushmaster Barbecue. We're gonna go ahead and place this in a commercial grade freezer. We will be doing this cook in about 2 days. So here we have the Rectech 410 Patio Legend. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the pellets that I'm using today. I'm using some post oak HEB pellets along with Royal Oaks charcoal pellets. So you guys can see, I'm gonna run the temperature at 200 degrees. This is gonna cook for over 12 hours. We're gonna check the bark, the temperature, and from there we will be wrapping. So I'm starting off this grill at a set. So as you guys can see right here, I have my brisket all seasoned up out of the fridge. I also have a tray full of the fat trimmings and a mason jar where I will be collecting the liquid gold, as they call it, into the mason jar. Whatever renders out of the fat that you see right there in that aluminum tray. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on, folks. I'm also gonna include the trimmings of the brisket. We're gonna put it to sleep. So here's our full packer prime brisket. I have some rendered down beef tallow down there in the mason jar. I also have some from the grocery store. I'm gonna go ahead and incorporate some of that one because I didn't get too much of the fat trimmings. The fat trimmings are still oozing out beef tallow, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap, as you guys can see. Beautiful bark. Let's see our internal. Tender like butter. We're sitting at about 150, 151. It's gonna be on the flat. Just beautiful juice oozing out. We're gonna be at 175 on the point. So just like that, I'm gonna go ahead and wet the beginning of the paper with some tallow. We're gonna do this because this is where we're gonna be placing the brisket. I'm gonna also spritz it. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap. Okay, swaddling the baby really tight. So here's our brisket, folks, back on the pit. I'm gonna render down some more of that tallow. I'm sitting at 225. I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to 250. I did bump it up to 225 in the middle of the cook, just because it rained last night. So I wanted it to push back through the rain and not have any issues with the heat. But I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to 250 now that we've put it back and it's wrapped. All right, folks, here we are the next morning. I went ahead and bumped it up to 275. I tried to speed up this cook just because I need it done before 10 o'clock this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and probe it. That's gonna be the flat part of the brisket. So you see the temperature's climbing close to the 200s. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm gonna move it over to the point side of the brisket. And we're gonna be right around the 200 mark. I believe the temperature's still going up. This is what I'm looking for, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and rest this brisket, and I will be showing you guys the way it slices after the resting part. I'm gonna put it in a Yeti. The Yeti will be kind of holding the heat and stopping the cook process at the same time. So stay tuned, folks. Some of you guys have been following me on this brisket cook. We're gonna go ahead and do the unwrapping. As you can see, tons of tallow that's coming out of this wrap paper. Beautiful bark. I'm gonna go ahead and lay the excess beef tallow over the top. I'm gonna set this paper off to the side. We're gonna go in for the slice. We have a brisket rendering down with flavor. We're gonna conduct the bend test. Pulls apart like butter.